Hello everyone, Mike Arnold here, co-founder of Pat Trading Partners, along with Bob Iacino. So what are we looking for? Bitcoin, we talked about last update, the divergences, higher high in price action, lower highs in the RSI, could not get sustained any move above our 7152 level. Lots of selling pressure came in there, big collapse back down, now back below the rotation zone. Double cross the rotation zone, generally a corrective pattern, still a corrective pattern on a higher time frame. What are we watching for now? On a rally, we have key resistance of the rotation zone starting at about 68.19 to 68.78. Right in the middle of this is a very key level. This is about 68.55. So that was resistance. You see all on here, all that resistance. Resistance then switching to support. Support. Now it's going to be back to resistance. So keep that in mind on any rally. That is our first major area target. If we rally back up through there, we'd be watching for about return to 69.90 to 7,000. Let me just update these levels to the upside now in case we do rally up. If we cannot hold this or go back to the rotation zone and then turn lower, we're going to be watching for a test somewhere around the 65.60 level. Then if that doesn't hold or we don't get a reversal pattern there, we'll be watching for about 64.25. Then at this point, 63.74. Then eventually, if none of those hold, down to 62.44. Let's check in on the daily chart. Daily chart, the ever important daily chart. We did get one close in the rotation zone and then major rejection again. Very similar pattern, interesting enough. Look at this last one. On the 2nd and the 3rd of April, so you get the first close in the rotation zone, massive selling. First close in the rotation zone, massive selling coming in. So let's see if this continues and just heads lower and retests this key low area. If we do move back up to these other highs, keep in mind they're still in the middle of the rotation zone and there's a lot of selling pressure in that rotation zone. So at least if you're trying to do any bottom picking or anything else, keep moving up your stops and don't get married to a position. You know, it's a trade, not a long-term investment. There'll be plenty of times to hold things for longer once things are in our favor again, but we keep getting major selling pressure in. So this is if you're able to short these are areas to short it when it's in the rotation zone. And if you're just a long-only trader, then you should be moving up your stops. You get stopped out even for a small profit, break even, whatever it is, or minor loss, and then you let it go lower and watch for that high probability reversal again. Switching over to Ethereum. Ethereum coming up just through our 415 level, spiking up, triggering this massive double bottom pattern here, and then collapsing back down. By the way, the stops on that double bottom on a close below 380 or a trade below 373 would invalidate that pattern. The pattern is still in play though. So keep that in mind. We'll take away these levels now. They're not necessary. Now it's back below the rotation zone. Rotation zone held on this one, held on this one. Now back below. This candle's not closed yet, so we're going to see if this rotation zone holds or not. If it continues lower, watch first level right just below this, about 387. If that breaks, then we'll be watching for that 380 level and then the 372 area. We already have the targets to the upside. Those have not changed from that double. Let's take a look. Let's zoom in on these levels and see what it looked like. So we got our close in the rotation zone, spiking up, triggering the pattern, then collapsing back down. Remember we talked about this before, that it was the pattern exceeded the top of the rotation zone and it's going against it, so it's lower probability, but it's still a valid setup. And the first target was just below the declining rotation zone. So that's what we were watching for with that. Nothing else really to report on Ethereum. So that's our update for Bitcoin and Ethereum for today. Talk to everyone soon. Bye for now.